Chapter 38. Joanne, Black, age 53, October 22nd, 2025. I was in the back seat of an Uber again. What struck me when I got in the car was the gospel music playing. It wasn't loud, but it wasn't politely quiet either. It said, "This is my car, and this is my piece." I was intrigued that she didn't turn it down, and I wanted to know why. Maybe it was because we both were Black. When I asked if she played that music for everyone, Joanne smiled and said, "It stays on this station." I laughed, realizing she meant it. It stayed on the gospel station no matter who got in. She said she only turned it down if someone was on the phone or if they asked, but most people didn't. I loved that she was unapologetically herself and told her so. She was originally from New Jersey and had tried moving to Jacksonville twice before, but the last time it stuck. She's been here 15 years. When I asked what made the difference, she said simply, "Honestly, God." She joined the Titus Harvest Dome, a church she had visited each time she came to Jacksonville. That's where she said the transformation happened. "I gave my life to Christ, and our pastor passed, and now I attend his brother's church, Legacy Ministries Worship Center." Joanne is a mother of 3, 2 grown daughters in Jersey, as she says, and a teenage son here in Jacksonville. Driving for Uber gives her the flexibility to care for him. I asked where she saw herself in 10 years. She didn't hesitate. Definitely higher in ministry, married, stable. She's been a minister for about 5 or 6 years, but admits, "I'm still going through my process." When I asked if she felt happy, she paused, then answered honestly. She spoke about still longing to fully experience the joy and unspeakable peace that God promises. Her honesty surprised me, but as I reflected, I understood. There are seasons to this life thing. I told her I believed God came to give us life and to give it more abundantly. I shared my son had been praying for me every night. "Lord, give my mom peace. Let her find her rest in you." He's prayed that same prayer for the last month and a half. I told her just as he prays for me, I'll pray that same prayer for her. She nodded as we talked about what it means to be in the hard middle, when your faith has to carry you despite your feelings, when your mind does not shut off. But she understood. She was right where she was supposed to be at this time. When I asked what she feared most, she paused. "I can't really say I have fear. I trust God. I've been trusting him. Sometimes I get frustrated. But when God gives you a promise and shows you different things, you know you're going to get there. So anything that comes up is not going to stop that. I can't be fearful of that. I got to just keep pressing toward the mark." Later, she would text me that she feared God. Before I got out of the car, I asked her what she was most looking forward to. She smiled and said, "I've been mostly looking forward to experiencing that abundant life that you spoke about. I know you never fully arrive in God, but he does give you an expected end once you cross over to the other side of your breakthrough." Amen. Amen. I pray she finds happiness even in the waiting. This life can be hard, but joy, while I believe it comes in the morning for sure, I pray it slips through for her during the waiting too. I believe in the power of prayer. I felt it many times in my life. I felt it through the prayers of my own son these last few months. Nothing about my situation has changed, but the peace that comes from prayer has settled deep inside me. It reminds me of something my dear uncle and pastor of over 50 years said often before his passing. Prayer is our most powerful resource. I believe that. For Joanne, for me, this is truth, and truth always rises.